So I'm going to start with the prologue, of course. Now, I have completely forgotten what I wrote in the prologue. And actually, this was a version of the book that was published in the pre-published version, whatever you call that, or the copy version, the copy proof copy, sorry. And I later got a good mate of mine to write a foreword, which isn't in this book, so I can't read the foreword out of it. But let's just say the prologue is where the book starts from my perspective. And the context around writing this book was it had took me a good year to write, and leading up to that period, my father was quite sick, and he was in the process of dying at the time from bowel cancer, unfortunately, which was a very chronic, drawn-out, long, painful process for my father, physically, emotionally as well, but also for the family, his wife, my stepmom, my current biological mum, his ex-wife, and all of the kids, myself, my sisters, everyone involved. It was really tough time, as anyone who loses someone close to them can empathize with. Anyway, so that's the context. My dad was in the process of dying. I was in the process of writing my first book and producing a piece of work that had really been sitting with me for a long time. And also that there's an underbelly that sits around this book of me needing to process and deal with, let's call it some demons, some shit in my world that I hadn't yet processed properly, and probably still haven't. Let's be honest, these things take a long time to work through. So, my whole view on self-discovery and self-awareness is enhanced when we go through the process of self-disclosure, because it forces us into a position of inquiry, self-inquiry, and what really matters to us, and do we want to share this information versus do we not. And of course, this book is a product of that self-disclosure, but also the insight that I've gleaned out of working with my clients over the years, and just my experience as a human being on this planet of self-disclosure, and what that then does for us emotionally. So that's the context, long-winded context, I know. However, should prove useful as I go through this. So here we go. I wake up with a shudder, not a bad one, but a wave of energy that ripples through my body like a slow surge of electricity. It's 4:15, way too early to get out of bed for me, but there is an uneasy feeling that I can't shake. I peel myself off the mattress and hesitantly welcome the day, somehow knowing what it will bring. It's been half a decade of anticipation, fear, denial, discussion, avoidance, frustration, tension, and now, here we are at destination unknown. The point at which we all inevitably arrive: death. Dad has been slowly dying for 5 years, suffering internally while smiling to the external world. Full stop. I don't know why I just said full stop. It's got a habit. It's a habit that I do because I dictate some of my work in terms of speaking reports, and I just felt the need to say full stop, so apologies for that. It was a bit weird. So, suffering internally while smiling to the external world. He's lived a double life, born out of a desire to stay positive, while those around him have watched him slowly fade. His death has been hard to watch and difficult to accept. It has presented a profound lesson on what it means to be human. Sorry, I'm just going to have to take this